welcome to Wall Street Jackboyz Game Plan Sunday. Today is March 29, 2020, and we have a lot to cover because right now we're at a crazy time in history, very important time in history, where we are experiencing, another recession, more than likely another Great Depression. In fact, you could probably call this the Greater Depression. For you students of history and cycles, not a lot of stock guys don't really understand these things, but I'm a student of the game, and I, making my mission to learn everything, right? That helps me to be a better investor. So, what occurred over the past week, as you guys already know, the virus is turning into a financial crisis, right? Lots of liquidity and craziness is happening. There's chaos in the markets. Economy is already been weak. Coronavirus came through. Shook the confidence. Then we had the oil crash happen, and that just took us downhill. We've been going downhill ever since. And what we're seeing on a daily basis is Trump and his team, just basically Trump and his team constantly on the news, trying to instill the confidence back in the markets. They want you guys to know or to believe that they have everything under control. And, I guess that's supposed to be what the leaders' job is supposed to be, is to try to keep people confident. Dustin says big old fake rally. Yeah, you're right. Big fake rally. It's all about confidence. As you guys understand, let me actually bring my mic in just a little closer. All right, cool. And I always tell you guys that we live in a matrix, right? And when I'm talking about living in the matrix, what I'm talking about is that we live in a controlled environment. And it's not just that it's a controlled environment that somebody's holding a gun to your head, but it's that everything is about influencing your behaviors. It's all about a behavior process here, right? Economics, it's all about behavior. And the people at the top, right? The banks, the government, they're controlling everything from the top. And their whole goal is to influence the brains, influence the minds of the masses to make you to make decisions. And there's economic policies that's happening. All kind of economical things is happening that's designed to make you, make decisions the way you make it. So let me actually just show you guys this real quick. All right. So for those who don't know about Wall Street Jackboyz, this is our website right here. Wall Street Jackboyz. This is my profile that's on the website. You guys, if you already signed up, you got your own profile, you got your social media thing. I already got some people in my inbox right now. I got to check some messages, got some notifications. Your setup will look the same way as mine, right? When you enroll into classes, you have all this stuff here. But there was a class called Time in the Markets that was just added in for the OG students. When I did this live, you were there, but we do have lots of new students. I just want you to understand that this class is free if you already have the master class, Time in the Markets. If you guys been checking any of my articles out over the past year, I've been talking about this day and time that we are in right now. And a lot of it came from my research over the years, putting it all together. And I'm just, giving it back to you guys. And again, if you're already a student, a premium student, because again, you guys can, be members on the site. But if you didn't pay for the classes, then you're not going to get this class here. And this class is free. It is a very long class, I must say, but it's action-packed, a lot of information. So if you've already been through the class, the master class, and you still want to learn more, then make sure you go and check out that class. You get it free if you already got the master class. So again, I'm working really hard, try to get everything up to date because we got this whole new website. I just wanted to, get you guys acquainted with that real quick because it's going to help you to understand how to navigate through this place and time that we are right now. These things happen in cycles, right? And so we have lots of OGs that's in the game that's been studying this for quite some time. And they've been laying out the framework for us to help us to navigate through this. Excuse me 1 second. I do have lots of books all over the freaking place because when things are happening, I got to be able to tap into it. Anyway, Granddaddy Dalio, he already provided this framework. And again, this may be too advanced for a lot of people. But, if you want to be a master of the game, then I definitely recommend this. It's like a 3-part book. I got like all kind of books and stuff like that. And so anyhow, this guy, his framework is remarkable. And so you got to pay attention to, these guys, they got research teams and they got billions of dollars. He's the largest hedge fund manager in the world. He knows some things. And the mistakes that he made, he learned. He's been able to come back and talk about them. He's at the end of his life cycle. He's talking about basically he's getting ready to die. Before he died, this is the gift he want to give to the world. And so as he describes these situations that's unfolding, he's been describing these things for quite some time. So I've been studying, these guys that's, about the game. I have some other books. I don't even know where everything is. I got books all over the place. This guy here, this is another good book, Gold and Silver. You guys know over the past couple of weeks, I've been telling you what I've been buying. It's been, again, Gold and Silver. But this book here is another great book. This is Mike Malone. This guy's pretty remarkable. These guys are all very similar. They're cyclists. They study these economic cycles. They study these currencies. They study the stocks. They study the politics, put together these frameworks so that you guys can see what's happening, big picture, right? And so, again, I'm not Nostradamus. I just study. That's it. You got the book. That's a good book, Terry. That's right. But these things, they happen over and over again. And so that's how I'm predicting, these guys are predicting, and everything that we have been saying has been coming true, right? And that's why it's important that we get the word out. We get this word out because the people that don't get it, you're going to get your head cracked. It's not going to be good. It's people that's literally sitting down. Some of you got coworkers and you're trying to tell them, hey, go ahead and, protect your 401k. And they don't make no action. They sit there because they have faith in the system, that the system, the government, and the people, they're going to get this thing fixed. And they're going to sit there and their whole 401k is going to get wiped out. You can't help people like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't show up to class. They won't know. Right. And I've been deep in my studies on economics and everything. Right. There's different school of thoughts on economics. Some of the biggest economists in the world. You have like Milton Friedman, you have Friedrich Hayek, you have like John Maynard Keynes. And Keynes is, he's, probably the most famous one. That's what the feds and everybody, they believe in his principles. But once you kind of understand how these, the economics work, you can kind of put it all together. So you have like guys like Ray Dalio, who's a macro investor. He's investing all over the world. He has to not just invest in stocks. He got to buy currencies. He's got to buy bonds. He got to do all kind of stuff. He's doing every asset class, basically. He has to be very knowledgeable on how all these things work, and they all work together. The picture is so big that most people don't understand it. And I'm going to be honest, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around a lot of it. Also, a lot of people have no idea of all these moving parts and how they're connected, even if they got Series 7. I mean, they definitely don't understand. But you have guys, people that's running the world that still don't understand how these things work. And they call on these economists to try to put the pictures together. How does it work? And it all boils down to behavior, right? You got John Keynes and his people, they're trying to describe the cause and effect based off of numbers and statistics. You got Hayek, the Austrian School of Economics. These guys are like, no, you can't quantify emotions. These are people. And what they're doing is they're able to accurately, call these recessions and all these things because we can anticipate how people's behavior is going to behave once government rolls out certain things, whether they're cutting interest rates, raising interest rates, and we all behave, right? Whether there's people that's going to revolt and create a war, right? And so you got these guys that's coming out, billionaire guys like Ray Dalio, they're coming out and trying to give out the truth because they know how the story ends. They know they've seen this movie over and over again. And what they've been saying is that we're approaching a place in time where we can see the war of the haves versus the have-nots, right? And then how the government's going to have to come to them to try to bail people out because they got the money. And then it's going to make them resent the have-nots, right? And create all this tension and stuff. So y'all seen the movie Joker? You're seeing all the social craziness happening, people killing, chaos. Hollywood has a way of kind of, showing us insight to come in the future. If you take a look at the movie Matrix, over 20 years ago, and you look at it now, a lot of those things, have happened. They had talk about artificial intelligence. This is in 1998, right? We didn't even have freaking Mac computers. I mean, not Mac computers. We didn't have iPhones. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have, Google or YouTube. And so here we are. We have artificial intelligence and things like that. So anyway, pay attention to those kind of movies and what the message they're trying to send. What are they trying to say? That movie, The Joker, was about the haves versus the have-nots. And these guys have been calling this. So anyhow, long story short, because I know we're limited on time, but basically this is what's happening, right? The economy, the bubbles have blown, right? And they keep on blowing up the bubbles. Instead of us having a reset, right? They just keep on trying to, let's just try to fix it. Like we can fix this, right? What is the Fed's mandate? The Fed's mandate is to keep unemployment together and to keep inflation together at like 2% target. That's the target, right? All these principles came from John Maynard Keynes, right? Because if the unemployment gets too crazy, people will revolt, overthrow the government, right? So it's all about trying to keep the unemployment. How can we keep that going, right? The Hayek students, the Austrian School of Economics guys, these Peter Schiff guys, these guys, they don't, subscribe to the craziness that's going on with these John Maynard Keynes guys, right? The Fed guys, they believe that, hey, we could just put money in the system and we can give government more power, the government to create the jobs, right? And these guys are like, no, let the free markets do what the free markets are supposed to do, because the free markets is going to choose who wins and who dies, right? As simple as that. And so that's why we have all these different schools of economics. So you hear a lot of things that's happening. A lot of people talking on the news. A lot of the stock guys have no idea what's going on. So right now, if you really want to know what's going on, you got to pay attention to these the economists at this point. When the markets are good, the stock guys, they do pretty well. The markets is down, they kind of all over the place. These economics people, they study this stuff. It's all about behavior, really. And so they differ on they beef with like cause and effect. So they have these issues, and then it's what is the prescription to fix these things? This is where they differ, right? And so their prescription is to let's create more money out of thin air, and we're going to throw it in the system. We're going to buy bonds. We're going to do all these socialist programs. And just remember that if you do a deal with the devil, he's going to want everything he gave you times 10. So you got to be careful. A lot of people do not understand how this stuff works. And they're like, hey, man, give me my money, Trump, give me my money. You can get my vote, you can get my money. But that $1,200 check they're going to give you, it doesn't come out of thin air. It's not free, actually. You're actually going to have to pay for it. Your kids are going to have to pay for it. Nothing is free. You got to understand that a lot of people, I guess most of my audience don't understand this. Some of the other people may, but most of my audience probably don't understand how this works. So I have people that's give my checks is free. When you take something from the government, he going to want, I say he, but they're going to want that times more. This stuff is going to come back. You're going to end up paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not free. And is it going to create the solution that they're looking for? No, it is not. And how are they going to try to resolve that? They're going to print more money and keep on putting more money in the system. This is tragic, okay? This is tragic because it doesn't work. We're already at quantitative easing 4, quantitative easing 5. We already exhausted all the monetary policies, everything that they can throw at it. Interest rates are at 0. They buying all kind of treasury bonds. They buying stocks. They buying everything. None of it is working. And unemployment rates are skyrocketing. This past week, we had the unemployment numbers came out. And man, and when I tell you it was ferocious, it was ferocious. I think unemployment rates went up like 1,000% in 1 week. We had over 3.3 million people filing for unemployment. And the thing is that y'all haven't felt the pain yet. It still hasn't finished. This is just the beginning. This is what I'm saying. This is nothing that I'm excited about. I'm just saying that people are still moving the way they're moving because they haven't felt the pain yet, right? You got people still being silly on Facebook, on YouTube, still trying to do silly stuff, and this is where, it's okay to be optimistic, but you also need to learn how to be pessimistic. There's a time to be pessimistic, really. It really is. When things are looking bad, what it helps you to do is it helps you to reel in and take things serious because reality has set in. And I told you guys last year that the good times are over. I told you last year, if you don't make it happen in 2019, then you might as well forget about it. I told you guys that. You can go back to every game plan Sunday. The good times are over. The economy was showing weakness then. All right. I was telling you guys how I live in a great area, right? This is where the money is at. And we have companies that's been shutting their doors like overnight, no warning, nothing. I mean, Staples, companies that's been here for a long time, grocery stores, all kind of stuff, movie theaters. They've been closing down in the wealthy neighborhoods. Remember, everything hits wealth before it hits the income people. So you always pay attention to the top. At the top, they start slowing up. You got to understand that's how it's going to follow to you, right? That's the way it is. You live in the matrix. I'm just sorry to tell you. That's just the truth. So, what's happening is that they're continuously printing money and they're going to keep on trying to do these things. And the optimistic side, which you have Trump and them, they're trying to keep people, calm. It's an election year. You don't want people revolting and going crazy. We just passed this crazy stimulus bill. Um, and it's just not going to work. They're already working on the next stimulus bill right now because they know that this one is not enough. It's not enough. It's not going to work it out. Granddaddy Dalio, he ran some numbers and he even talked about how the impact of this, the trillions that it's going to have. He put a number on a definitive number. So he's already identified, and this was a week ago. He was telling them that stimulus package that they putting out, the 2 trillion or 4 trillion, whatever it is not enough. So what are they going to do? They're going to go back to the drawing board and they're going to try to get us more stimulus. So it's not working. So last week, to Dustin's question, he was asking, is this a fake rally? Yes, it's a fake rally. The rally is to try to it's always going to be a fake rally. Every week it's going to be a fake rally because they're trying to see if something will stick, something. They're going to say something or do something that will entice the big boys to get back in the game. They need Warren Buffett to step in, right? They probably call him up. If they ain't call him up yet, hey, man, buy a bunch of shares of Apple, right? Buy all these stocks because once they move, then smaller money start to move. Y'all know how y'all be following Warren Buffett, right? Like he's the god or something. And he tell you that he's just lucky that he was born as a white man in the times that he was born in. And he's just luck. He tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like he say, if I was a black man born in this time, I would never be the great guru who I am today, right? If I was a female, I would never be the great guy. He said, I was just born in the right place at the right time. I was, I learned the game at the right place at the right time. As simple as that, right? He's like, I'm not a genius. He says it himself. Now, I do think that Dalio is a genius because this guy got his analysts running all kind of numbers and they debate his whole company, Bridgewater. They debate like every freaking day. That's how they come up with these best thoughts around these things. Now, they don't know it all, but really great framework to follow. So, but this gives us insight so you understand how to move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me actually just pull up the charts real quick because I think I pretty much covered what the overall theme is that the crisis, it's not going away. I think Trump was speaking earlier today, and he was talking about, if you guys know, was it this past week? Trump was saying how he was going to he wanted to open the country back up by Easter, right? Easter is like April 12th, right? And then I think today he just announced that he gonna pull that back to the end of April, right? And so, and I guess Governor Cuomo of New York, he's been out, very vocal, talking about how catastrophic New York is right now and how they need supplies, they need help, and they're not getting it. And I guess he was asking Trump to, sign this war bill thing so that he can force these companies to make all the things they need. From my understanding, Trump has done that after the fact. But he, being hard-headed. Trump being hard-headed, man. Like, dude, listen. It don't matter what you believe. If they're showing you that people are dying, okay. If all your health top people are saying that 200,000 people will die, then you might want to listen to them. It's too much of a gamble, and especially if you want to get a re-election. If you're not even listening to your advisors, I mean that's not helping people to have faith in you that you can lead them in the right direction. You're not even listening to your professionals. They're telling you, man, if you open the country up ahead of time, it's going to be, and again, this is Fauci and all his people, and they got data scientists that's running models, and the models don't always have to be right because it's human behavior, but it does give a great framework. And I'm just a baby in the data science game, so I know, how it works, but you want to listen to the models, right? And the models are saying 200,000 people, man, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to until you get this thing under control. And Trump understands that the economic impact of it, so he's kind of itsy about it. He don't want to keep it shut down because he don't want this thing to go into a Great Depression. So it's a complicated thing, and I'm gonna be honest. A lot of economists don't quite understand where we at right now. This is different from a lot of the other situations that we've had in the past, even from the Great Depression and things like that. I've studied some framework over here. We're looking at Germany's hyperinflation. Are any of you guys familiar with the hyperinflation that happened with Germany, or any hyperinflation with any countries like Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Brazil? Any of you guys familiar with how that works, right? So just understand that your currency, which is your paper, right? Your paper, it has its value. It's limited in quantity, but when they start printing more, it starts to lose its value, right? And what is the Feds doing right now? They're printing more money, okay? And so when they print this money, they're printing the money, they're putting the system in hopes to get you to spend money. So it's psychology. They want to get people to spend money, so they're going to give everybody these $1,200 checks, and $500 per child in hopes that you will spend the money. Because when you spend money, that's somebody else's income. Simple as that. So you got to understand that, this is the first, we've got the first of the month coming up this week, right? What's due the first of the month? What's due the first of the month, right? Rent is due. The mortgage is due. The rent is due. The mortgage is due. It's the first of the month. We had a whole March for this thing to collapse. Now the bills are due. And millions of people are out of work. And this is just the beginning. All right. How are people going to get paid? Dustin, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Like, definitely, it's crazy. It's real life. It's happening. People don't think about it till they hit close to home. You know what I'm saying? This is not the time to be fucking around. I've been trying to tell people this is not a game, right? Oh, I'm excited. I'm not excited about it. I'm going to make some money off it, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not. I'm trying to get the word out, to help people. I really believe that Wallstreet Jackboyz can help people. That's why I come up here and on my own dime, and we create this beautiful website, all these webinar tools that we, I pay for all of that, man. We won't make enough money at Wallstreet Jackboyz. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I really think that I can help people, right? Because if you understand how money works, you understand how debt works, then you can navigate through this. The problem is the education. They don't teach this stuff in school, right? And we come out, I do it online. We had this stuff private. We put it online and it's free. And people, if you don't show up, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? So these jobs are getting ready, they're laying off. And I told you guys before they started the dormant layoffs, I told you they was going to be laying off, right? Trump was bragging about the lowest unemployment in history, right? And here we go. We got the highest unemployment in history. Like, the spikes is crazy. We going from one extreme to the next extreme. If you don't wake up and see what's happening, this is serious. I'm telling you. More jobs are going to get laid off. More people going to get laid off, right? And I told you that $1,200 ain't going to do nothing, all right? It's not going to do nothing. You feel me? It's not going to go nowhere. Plus, you're going to have to pay it back, right? The devil didn't even tell you what he want back in return, but he going to want his money back, and you don't even know it. People thinking it's free. Nah. And then, the thing that's crazy is that who in the world in this bill came up with the fact that if you owe child support, back pay child support, right? If you owe back pay and child support, then you won't get your $1,200. And I'm going to speak on this real quick just because it's so asinine. I don't think people understand the implications. I don't care if you like your baby mama, your baby dad, whoever's on child support. You don't want that person to die, okay? You don't want that person to die of starvation. That's the mother or the father of your child. That's your business. You need to get the government out your business, first of all. But I'm not your mother and your daddy. You got to make your own decision. But the government causes the problems, right? That's why you got a lot of these single parent households and they can't get ahead. It takes two. I'm telling you, two is always better than one. Get the government out your life. But if a man owes child support, that doesn't mean he's not paying. Understand? If you lose your job, can you pay child support? Right? Just think about this. Level with me here, right? If your job fires you and lay you off and you're in the middle of a recession that's going to turn into a Great Depression and you're trying to find work, what happens to you? People don't even understand. You go to jail, B. You go to jail because you can't. Why should you be punished for something that you can't do? And women are saying, he should be doing this. He can't. You don't understand. These are economic things that's happening, economic phenomena. And I don't wish death on nobody. You shouldn't wish death on your baby daddy or whoever the case may be. You should wish him to be the best because the better he can do, the better he can help you and your kid out. So it's just ridiculous. And the fact that these guys are working, right? And maybe they owe back pay from whatever years or whenever they didn't have a job or what have you. But they work. That means that they're still tax paying citizens. They pay taxes. Where do you think the stimulus check is coming from? These guys are paying for your ass to get a stimulus check. And you mean to tell me somebody said the bright idea that don't give these guys a stimulus checks? That is asinine. These guys go to work. It doesn't matter if they owe back pay. It doesn't matter if they're a horrible person. Who gives a shit? They pay in the pool. The pool is the tax money. Government does not make money, people. How many times I got to tell you this? The government is not your father. The government is not your Jesus. The government is not your savior, okay? Get the government out your life. But I think that is wrong. And I don't know if anybody's speaking on it, but it's terrible that, we're going through a crisis and people don't have food. People don't have toilet paper to wipe their asses. And people are going to be dependent on that little $1,200 check if that's their last bit of money of survival. And you're going to deny these guys from actually getting that. So what's supposed to happen to them? They probably got other kids and other, a wife and all this stuff. What's supposed to happen with them, right? Are they supposed to die of starvation? You people are not thinking logically here. Get out of your emotions. This is survival we're talking about. The good days over, all right? If you were going to buy your mansions and all, you should have did that under Obama years. I'm sorry to tell you, the good days are over. This is going to take years to go through this. And the way that the economists are projecting, a Great Depression is to follow. Let me tell you why, right? Because the government, they throw in money. And when people get money, what they do, they spend it, right? So people are going to spend money. The problem is that a lot of people are scared to go and spend the money. So they save the money. So guess what? It doesn't work. So what the government do? They go back to what they know how to do because they're following John Maynard Keynes, and they're going to keep on throwing money. And then they're going to keep on sending fake news and have Trump and all these people come out on the news and say, okay, you guys, we got it all together. Once they say, we got it all together, Warren Buffett, he steps in, he start buying stuff. Then Wallstreet Jackboyz, we start buying stuff because we see the markets moving up. And then it creates this psychological movement. And then everybody else, stop talking about it so much on Facebook. And then people start taking that money that the government been giving them, and they start buying up everything. That causes inflation, right? So the inflation is going to make things go up. The cost of a loaf of bread is going to go up crazy high, right? It's going to go up high, but once the hyperinflation comes in, it's going to go up stupid high. So for you guys who want to do some research, look up hyperinflation in Germany, okay? What happened to the currency, right? The currency started to deplete very, very fast. When it happens, I'm talking about like in less than 2 years, okay? Where the currency basically goes down. They were paying people wheelbarrows of money. Can you imagine getting paid? Your money is so worthless that they paying people wheelbarrows. You know what a wheelbarrow is? Y'all ain't from the country. You don't know about a wheelbarrow, right? How can you imagine getting paid in wheelbarrows of currency? It's not even real money, right? Wheelbarrows of currency. And the money's so worthless that the people in Germany were putting the money in the fire to heat their homes because it was cheaper for them to burn the fake money, the currency money, than to buy oil to heat their homes. That's hyperinflation. Okay, like y'all think this is a damn dream. You think this is a movie. You don't think it can happen to you. So like this is how this world has us in this matrix. Like everything is all good. No, this is a time for you to be serious. People was talking about all on Instagram and everything, talking about buying. What stocks you buying? I'm buying this stocks, buying this stocks. No, it's not the time to buy. So it's time for you to survive. It's a time for everything. Life has cycles. I'm sorry your stock guru didn't tell you this. I mean, he's probably making money to get you to sign up or whatever the case may be. But I care about your survival. I don't want to see nobody get laid off, but it's going to happen. We got to deal with that, right? So how do you survive? That's the questions you need to be asking. How are we going to survive? I told people 2 weeks ago what I was buying. I put the video out. Did it go viral? No, I see a bunch of garbage videos going viral. Did y'all help to share the video? Just hit the share button, simple. Hit the share, hit the like button so the YouTube algorithms can carry it on so that people can get the real value that you need, right? Okay? People are listening to real estate guys about stocks. They're not freaking in the stock market. This is what we do. I'm a stock guy, and I'm telling you that this is crazy what we're going through, okay? And survival first, priorities first. We're going to be able to make money in the markets, but you got to make sure you better take care of your family, you feel me? What I was buying, I told you, I was buying, look, silver, gold, guns, ammo, right? You can't find silver and gold nowhere in the country. Let me pull up my chart. I know I got Netflix up because y'all be watching too much Netflix. Y'all need to get out that Netflix, get on that Wall Street Jackboyz, right? Let me just show you silver. Freeze. Government rules everything. That's right, Terry. Thanks, Mark. Yeah. I told you guys I was buying silver because, again, I wrote an article on it a year ago. I showed you this guy book, man. Pick it up. Follow these guys. Listen to them because they're telling the truth. I mean, it is whether you like it or not. I know you want to be optimistic, and I do too, but we can't ignore truth. We can't ignore reality. And so when I was buying, when silver hit this bottom down here, bink, was buying it, hit this floor, right? This is what I did. I called my people and said, hey, this is what I'm buying, right? I'm not talking about paper silver. I'm talking about real silver. I showed you guys, you watched the last video, I have real silver. I got stuff on back order that I'm waiting to get, okay? Guns and ammo, my man Ron B. Ron has been an asset to Wall Street Jackboyz, right? He show up the game plan Sunday every week, providing value. Coach needed some 9mm rounds because, I carry, all right? I exercise my rights. But, as I was looking out, I couldn't find any of the stores. Every place that was out there, lines of people that's wrapped up to get guns and ammo. When you see people going to get guns and ammo, they're not going to get guns and ammo for poops and giggles. It's about to get real. You feel me? When I tell you lines of people wrapped around the gun stores to get guns and ammo, when you get in there, there's no guns and there's no ammo. The guns they got, you get like a 22, right? What you gonna do with a 22? I mean, I guess it's better than not having anything, but I mean, still, people want the 9 mils, they want the 40 cals, the 4.5s, the 50s, the choppers, they want that, right? You want something that you can stop, you know what I'm saying? You want to, stop somebody. You ain't trying to tickle them. So the guns that people want are sold out. And the guns that they got on the shelves don't have sights. They're like a piece of a gun. You need to get a whole gun and they overcharging you for it because people are preparing for the worst. Now, if you have a city, if you're in a small city, and I guess if it's not a lot of rednecks, then you might have guns and silver around. But you got to pay attention to all your people. You got to pay attention to the white people, the black people, the Hispanics, see how everybody moving, right? And I'm telling you, a lot of the white people already know about this stuff. That's why you can't get no guns. They're going to exercise the right to get them guns. If they getting guns, you better get you some too. Talking about buying stocks. You better get hey, what Nas say? Get yourself a gun. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't have one, you better get one. Because the people are hungry. They can't get no food, right? Go to the store. And you got a family, 4 or 5 people, right? It's easy if you're one person, right? And they tell you can only get one roll of tissue, one little bag of tissue. That's cool. That lasts you, right? If you got 5, 6, 7 kids, people got big families. And you only get one thing of tissue. And you can only get one pack of your red meat, whatever meat you guys eating, right? You're going to get one pack. How's that, You're gonna go through that too quickly, right? People gonna be hungry. And people get hungry, what are they gonna do? They gonna sit there and die? No. They come knocking on your door. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, you got any food you can spare? And they ain't even thinking, right? They hungry, right? And then you tell them no, they probably just liable to pull out and pop you and then take what you got, right? So you gotta have safety first. You see, listen, ain't no other stock person telling you what I'm telling. I'm just being real. I'm in the field with you guys. You feel what I'm saying? These other guys, they ain't in the line trying to get tissue and stuff like that. But I'm out there and I've been seeing this stuff as it's been taking place. I'm telling you, this is on my real account. But that's why people are going to get guns and ammo. And now the silver situation and the gold situation, because this is a real store of value. Silver and gold is real money. As they continue to pump this fake money in the system, smart money, right? I'm just telling you now, I found some gold and silver in the hood. It's a gold mine in the hood because the people in the hood don't understand. Ain't nobody ever taught them about that, right? But your Caucasian brothers, they know about it, So that's why it pays for you to know some rednecks here and there. I'm just telling you. Listen, if it wasn't for my redneck friends, I wouldn't be able to even get my hands on any silver. I'm like, bro, I know, let me hook you up with my dealer. My dealer got the best deal. I'm like, cool. They got it. Boom. And then I put y'all on it, right? I shared the link. We got a gold and silver group on Wallstreet Jackboyz, right? On our website, where anybody that want to know anything about it, you can learn. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you go to the, let me show you, right? Because people don't understand, it's always going to hold its value, right? And just look at it, right? Here we go, right here on the website, right? That's the gold and silver group I was telling you about. Here we go. Links, resources, all of that in there. This is all the groups, we got other groups coming too. So just show you that's right on the website. So, but I'm buying hard assets. We did have some guy, who was it? Kareem? No, I don't know if it was Kareem. I think it was Hakeem. I don't know if he's in here and I can't see everybody's name. But I know he made some money off of was it SVM? Right? Yeah. He made some money off of this. I believe this was the one. Yeah. So, I mean, you could play the paper. You could play the paper route. When we talk about paper, we're talking about the stocks, right? But I'm talking about the paper is not reflecting the real deal. You can't get your hands on this stuff. It's a shortage. See, all the smart money knew that the Feds is going to be putting all this money in the system, and they done seen this time over time. When this happens, they will run the currency until it's destroyed. The money had no value. Like I was telling you, in Germany, they was paying people wheelbarrows of cash. Wheelbarrows. Like your paycheck is a wheelbarrow, but it's worthless. Even in Zimbabwe, I think they had the most expensive currency that they ever made. It's like, anybody know what I'm talking about? They printed like a $1.5 trillion bill, right? They have $1 billion dollars, right? Here's $1 that's $1 billion. So everybody billionaires. But it don't mean nothing if the price of bread costs you $1 million because of inflation. Yes, this is reality, people. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. This is not good times, right? And so you seeing people on lockdown. And again, I'm not with the conspiracies. I know about the coronavirus situation, but a lot of these cities is going on lockdown. You can't go out. From my understanding, there's military personnel that's going around, right? Trying to keep, I think they trying to keep people under control, man. Cause I mean, this is about to get really out of control. I got people left and right that's losing their jobs, right? Bills don't stop. Trump and them, they're doing fiscal policy, but none of this stuff is going to work, man. I'm telling you, you get a short-term rally, but it's not going to work because it's a system that's built off of lies. It just really is. And they're always constantly trying to figure out how can we kick the can down the road. If they kick it down the road this time, guess who it goes down to? It goes to your kids. Your kids are going to have to foot the bill. Nothing is free. The devil don't give gifts for free, okay? You're going to want something in return. So you got to understand, where is this coming from? You got to ask these questions before you start getting all excited. I want to be optimistic about it. But what we need is a real reset. We need a whole monetary reset. There's been people that's talking about the digital currency, the digital dollar. I've been talking about this since last year. I even had a meeting with one of my friends who has a cryptocurrency group out in VA. We talked about it. I know he's a Bitcoin enthusiast. And as I told people before, the government always have this power that they could make it law to outlaw your Bitcoin, right? China did it, 2 years ago? And China's supposed to be scheduled to release their digital currency this year. This is stuff that they've been having in the making for years. We've been talking about their release. They're supposed to be this year. It just so happened to be convenient that it's during these times that they're going to release it. I don't really know. I don't know if this is a part of the whole plot or not, but that's what's happening. And as the U.S. actually goes to destroy the dollar, the digital dollar, see, the digital dollar is going to arise. That's what's going to happen. And they're going to get people comfortable with trying to use the new money. You're going to have no choice. I mean, this is the way it is. This is a monetary reset that we're going through. So yeah, again, this is bad. I just want you guys to understand this is bad. There's going to be rallies, on the downside. If you're looking at everything is going down, but it's going to be some ups and downs. Okay. And so as traders, we're trying to capitalize on the ups and the downs. That's what you do as traders. As investors, I done told you what I'm buying. I done told you I'm already in the game. You feel me? Do what you want to do. I don't give advice. I'm just teaching. You got to take that information and wisdom and do what you do. But as you guys can see, this is the ES. Let's take a look here, right? On the way down, right? Bingo. Constantly going up, down. And here we go. We got up to this moving average here. And then we got rejected tonight. Right now, the markets is red. You see all this red, right? That means that the futures is down. And normally when it's red overnight, it's going to be red tomorrow. And that's basically what you're seeing here. Is this rally up, the fake rally up, right? And then you get that roll over for more pain. That's the way it normally works, right? Now, can we pierce through that? We can. I just don't see it, My arrow, the way I'm showing you, this is a way that it's more than likely going to go through the direction that I'm looking at. Now, if for some odd reason we do come up, then this will be your levels that you look at before it comes back down. Any rally is going to be fake though, right? It's the beginning of the month. We got new economic data that's going to be coming out. Earnings and all of that's got to come out. I mean, these companies are about to get crushed. All right. So a lot of what you guys are seeing also is that, because you got to remember, as retail traders, we're so small, we don't make up anything, right? We're not making up anything. The big fund managers, these guys are moving the markets. And what are they trying to do right now? They're trying to get out of they're trying to get out of equities, but their positions are so large, they can't just flood with their orders. They got to do them in pieces. They got to do, a million here, a million there, 100,000. They're trying to hide their positions and stuff like that. And it's taking them a long time to get up out the game. So the rallies and stuff that you're seeing, it's fake, man. This is all it is. And Xavier said the dollar. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the interesting thing is that the dollar, again, this the way this whole thing is monumental. I'm telling you, you have countries that's in debt with countries that buying bonds, all this other stuff, converting monies, trying to get money. Like, you got to understand, America doesn't even make enough money from collecting taxes, right? What do you have to do? We have to issue debt. So we go into debt. You got the number one debt buyers is China and Japan, right? So we owe them all this money, right? And you're paying them all this worthless currency because they're losing faith in the dollar. And China's been trying to overthrow US for quite some time. And guess what? China, with their digital currency, is backed by gold. That's the whole thing. The gold buyers, that's why you can't find out gold. They've been buying gold for years. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a shortage on gold and silver, right? So if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it. The paper is not coming. It's not reflecting the truth. We already know the buyers ain't there. They've been buying it. That's why it's a shortage of it. They can't get it out the ground fast enough, right? Let's just take a look at the dollar real quick. And this is the interesting thing here, is because a lot of people is predicting that, you know, these countries are going to be rushing to the dollar, right? They're going to rush to the dollar. We saw the dollar pop up, and that was interesting, as the dollar popped up, right? Came up, but it hit these Fibonacci levels, and then last week it just fell down. Now, I think that the question this week is, where does the dollar go? You know, I think that that's what we're going to have to watch. Is the dollar going to hold at these levels here, at these floors? Right now, it's coming down. It's right here at my 100 moving average. But just looking at the overall trend, I got sell triggers here. I got momentum that's shifting over. Looks like the dollar's going to come back down some more, you know, so I can, you know, again, you know, it just looks like that's where we're coming back down, where the dollar has to be a little, you know, it's got to come down weaker. So that's what I'm seeing on that. Another thing is that we got some setups and bonds. Just take a look at bonds real quick. I'm going to take a look at the 10-year and the 30-year. Oh, Xavier said, thanks for the silver info last week. Them calls looking good. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Glad we can, you know, add some value. That's what it's all about, you know. So if you can get the information, get it. And that's what we're doing. So bonds, this is an interesting setup here in bonds. This is the 10-year treasury. And we do have a bullish setup here, right? First of all, we have our Fibonacci setup, right? We have the floor right here. And then our 127 extension is our target up here. So in the swing high to that low, we're projecting. Okay, of course, you got to get through this first level, which is the 786 first. Then after that, you know, the 127 will be in sight. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there, but that's the setup that we have. Furthermore, the underlying side is that the momentum is looking pretty decent. It's up, right? Well, we have a squeeze that's a bull squeeze, and we have the trend that's going up. So that's the evidence on that, right? And then you can also take a look at the 30-year as well. Same thing. Same thing on the bonds. We got a bull squeeze. We got the trend that's going up. And so what I'm looking at playing this week will be bonds. It's inverse head and shoulders on that hourly as well. Okay, yeah, the inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, that's right. If I dial in, you can see it. But yeah, the ETF that you can play is the ETF. This is the TLT. All right, so this is the ETF for the bonds. And so if that moves in our direction, then that's what we're looking at, right? So that's the setup to the long side on that. And again, I'm just taking a look at the setups that we have. We got these squeezes here. Also, I think that gold is going to be interesting. Let's see. You know, when I take a look at equities and I see the shape that the charts are in, and I take a look at gold, I mean, gold just looks a whole lot better, actually. Let's take a look at my gold. Where can I find it? There we go. So my gold setup. Okay, this is the gold futures. And, you know, we could be forming a flag here. We did get a buy trigger that was back here, but we got an upside target that's up here. And gold is itching to be here. Now, I told you that gold, there's a shortage on gold, right? So it's a shortage. The demand is really high. People are trying to get out of these dollars, and they're trying to get out of this equities market. And they're trying to get this gold. It's a shortage. They can't get out the ground fast enough. So we already know the real deal. Now, whether the paper moves or not, that's entirely up to the markets. But, you know, that's the setup, right? So these gold stocks got over here. You know, actually, let me just dial in on real quick and see. GLD, let's see. Same kind of setup, basically. You can see that. That's, you know, if you're trying to get some exposure in gold, that's a good one to play. If you're trying to play options and all that. Let's see. It's another setup that looks the same. And SGOL bar. You know, that's got a buy trigger on it. Same kind of setup, right? All these setups in gold, they all pretty much look alike. So you can kind of pretty much, you know, take your pick here. So again, you know, these are the ones they're looking better than equities, right? And so I do like gold for some exposure to the long side. I don't know if we're going to get a pop off this week. We don't have a squeeze, but we do have a bullish pattern here on gold. So I do like gold to the upside. We'll see how that plays out. Gold and silver is up right now. Let's see. Gold is up right now. Silver slightly down, but gold is up right now. And that's okay because silver is cheap. You know, silver's going to do what silver is going to do. And you got to remember that the fund managers that's got gold and silver, what do they sell first? They're going to sell the silver first. They don't want to sell the gold. So the reason why the silver has sold off is because they need cash to cover their margin. And that's the only thing they can, you know, liquidate, basically. They're not trying to sell that gold. You're going to sell that gold last. You're going to sell the silver first. But again, you still can't even get your hands on the stuff. So again, join the gold and silver group on the site, and, you know, you can get those recommendations that and resources that I have on that side. So that's what I'm looking at. You know, we might get some movement in healthcare. I'm not too sure. Healthcare stocks, I mean, they are under the 200. They are under the 200 moving averages. But V, for instance, it does have a squeeze on it. The trend is up. Do have a buy trigger from Friday. It is, you know, halting here at this 100 moving average is a key level here. But this could be another one of those inverse head and shoulders that I think Dustin was talking about, where this could be a shoulder here. This could be a head here. We could get a shoulder out here. We could see it come up now. And, you know, shout out to Mia. She's one of the OGs. And you guys, if you don't know, she's on the forefront. Keep her in your prayers because she got to go. She's in the tech field, but she's working at the hospitals. And, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And she's having, you know, we're lucky to have Mia here tonight. So y'all give Mia a shout out because Mia has been working overtime on top of overtime. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. But, you know, we know the healthcare system is going to, you know, they're going to make money off of this situation because all the people that's, you know, sick and stuff like that. So this is a healthcare stock I like for some long exposure. If we get any, you know, long plays, it does have a setup, which is a bull squeeze, and that normally fires to the upside. So, you know, that's what I'm looking at right now. If you guys got anything you want to take a look at, we'll go ahead and run that, and then we'll bring the session to a close. Any questions that you guys have, if I can take care of those, I'll try to answer them as well. Who else we have? All right, cool. I appreciate that. Xavier said he was able to make some money off the silver setups last week. I'm trying to tell people, I mean, it's a long-term play for me. So, because again, I done told you, once they go down this road of printing money, it's not going to stop. It's QE infinity. They're going to, you know, keep on pumping so much money in this thing that the money is just going to go worthless, man. They don't want that to happen, but that's how they're trying to treat this disease that we have. And really, we just need a whole monetary reset, but they don't want to be honest about it. They want to keep the lies going, so we have to deal with the repercussions. Yeah. Oil is another interesting situation. Let me cover that real quick. And, you know, if you guys don't have anything to say, then we'll go ahead and bring it to a close. Oil, energy sector is really, really weak. Really, really weak. All right, so let's see. The levels that I had on oil, it's already breaching all the levels that I got to the downside here. We came down. And again, I've been on the road, so this has been good for traveling. I've been seeing some cheap gas prices out there. I don't know how much is the gas where you guys are. Like, I think it's like it was like 179 when I left Charlotte. And then as I went to East Carolina, I think it was about 159, $1.59. I've been seeing it come down. $1.14. Jeez Louise. That's crazy. And that's in you in the D? You in Detroit? You saw $1.14 in the D? That's crazy. Yeah. So you see oil keep on coming down. I mean, we hit these floors, but we're breaching. And so oil fall beneath, 20, we hit $19.92. So, under $20 a barrel, which is crazy. Let me go back a little bit and see if I can get some other levels, which I don't have any levels here. But you see that it's falling under that floor. So that's not good, not at all. All right, let's go back on this monthly chart. All right, so this is the floor that I got down here. I mean, look at that. Gold hasn't been this low since oil hasn't been this low since 2001. So 2001, I was still in high school. So again, it's historic lows. And it looks like we still got more pain to go, right? These are my levels I got on that. So let's take this high to this low here. Excuse me. Again, this is a bigger time frame, so I just want to see if we have any levels under. And so we got what, $13 that this thing could go down to next. So yeah, that's not good, especially on the oil market. So you see these oil companies going out of business. They're going to be defaulting like crazy. They can't make enough money to pay off the debts and to keep operations going. This is good for consumers as far as, you got, cheap, gas, and you can, fly cheap. If you could fly anywhere right now, I think you can get plane tickets for dirt cheap right now. But this is a nightmare that we're going through. We all got to live through it together, man. So that's why my talk with you guys today was pretty much about survival. Don't forget, take care of the family. We're on lockdown here in North Carolina. That's where I'm at right now. If you guys are probably on lockdown, if you're not on lockdown yet, then you probably will be on lockdown. But yeah, I mean, you just got to survive, you got to survive. Get you some silver and some gold. You don't have any, because the dollar is going down, man. And that's just the way it is. All right. So with that being said, I guess we'll conclude that for tonight, and then we'll catch up in the markets this week. We'll have to see how the markets play out. If anything else unfolds, I will let you guys know. Make sure you check out the website, Wallstreet Jackboyz. Create your profile if you already haven't. And get in the game. Get in the game. We do have the group that's on Facebook, but as you guys notice that I am sliding off of Facebook. I'm not as active there anymore because we have our own website that does the same thing that Facebook does, minus the garbage. As you guys can see, this is my profile. You can reach me directly, your peers directly. You can't even talk to these other stock traders that you're paying thousands of dollars for. You can't even talk to them directly. And so, I don't know how that helps you, but you guys can see my man Ron, he sent me a message here. This is on my timeline right here on the website, right? I'm putting out, I'm showing you the prices. I'm giving you all my thesis. I'm putting my thoughts here. Everything that people do on Facebook, we do it right here, on the website, which is wallstreetjackboyz.com. So I dropped those links for you guys if you want access to that. Make sure you get the free book too. If you guys are new, the book is free. If you want to learn this stuff, you can get it from the book, which is free. So I'll drop the links for you. Other than that, we'll bring it to a close, man. I appreciate you guys. Catch you in the chat here and in the group for this week. All right. Peace.